Hello students, today I will discuss with you two subtopics of the chapter modulation and demodulation. First is power and amplitude modulated wave, and the second topic is amplitude modulator circuit. Now here in the first article we will find the power associated with amplitude modulated wave. As you know, in the previous lecture we have derived the equation of AM wave, in which we got three components or terms. First is the carrier wave component. Second term, it has a frequency which is greater than the carrier wave frequency, that is, it is the upper sideband, and the third term corresponds to the lower sideband having frequency omega c minus omega s. And we have also shown these three components on the graph, where the amplitude of the central carrier wave frequency, it is the maximum amplitude EC that is there, and the upper sideband and lower sideband, both the sidebands have the same amplitude, that is MA EC by 2, where MA is the modulation index. So if we take the root mean square value of the amplitude EC for the carrier wave component, or for the first term of this AM wave, we get the root mean square value as EC by under root 2, and the power which is dissipated through when this voltage is applied across resistance R, then this power is equal to ERMS square over R. So these are the standard formula of power which you all know from our previous knowledge. So PC is the power associated with the first term. Similarly, for second term, if we take the amplitude as MA C by 2, and with the similar calculations we will find the power of the upper sideband equal to MA square EC square over 8R. Now similarly, for the lower sideband, which has the same amplitude as the upper sideband, we get the same value of the power dissipated, which is equal to MA square EC square by 8R. Now using all these above equations 1, 2 and 3, we get the relation which shows that power of the upper side and the lower side, it is same, and both are equal to MA square power of the carrier wave over 4. And also the total power of these two sidebands becomes equal to MA square PC by 2. The total power of the AM wave, if we add all the powers associated with the three terms, that is PC and P upper sideband and the power of lower sideband, so we get this relation of shown in equation 6. So all these relations, they are useful when we will solve the numericals. So if you know the relations, then you can easily find the answers. If we take the special case, if the modulation is 100%, that is MA equal to 1, so in that case the total power, it becomes 3 by 2 of the power of carrier wave. It means, it shows that the power of the AM wave, it is greater than the power of the carrier wave. So some conclusions which we can infer from the above article. First is, if we have 100% modulation, in that case the value of the power of sidebands, it is half the value of the power associated with the carrier wave. And if we take the ratio of the power associated with the sidebands over the total power, then it comes out equal to the ratio of 1:3. Now we know that the signal, audio signal, which we require, we want that audio signal should be transmitted from a given place to a particular destination. So the useful bands are the side bands, because the audio signal is only in the side bands. So the power associated with the side bands is 1/3. So it shows that only 1/3 of the total power of AM wave, it is the useful power, because only the side bands contains the audio signal. One numerical, if we discuss, here we have an audio power and we want to find that how much audio power, that is audio power means the power associated with the audio signal, that how much audio power is necessary to fully modulate a 50 kilowatt carrier if the modulator system efficiency is 72%. So what the question asks, it means that you have a carrier wave whose power is 50 kilowatt. That means we are given that PC is equal to 50 kilowatt. Now also we are given in the question that the modulation is fully modulate. So full modulation means that the modulation is 100%. In that case, we know modulation index equal to 1. So from here, using the expressions which we have derived in the previous that article of power, you can find the total power in side bands, it is equal to 25 kilowatt. Now this is the only useful power, as I've said before. Now the efficiency of that circuit which modulates the audio signal with the carrier wave, the efficiency of that circuit is 72%. It means 72% of the audio power is being utilized by this modulator circuit. So using this relation, that 72% of the audio power which we have to find, that is X, it is equal to 25 kilowatt, which we have found. So solving this relation, we get the audio power, that is 34.7 kilowatt. So this was one example related to the article on power of AM wave. Now in this article we will discuss the circuit which is used for amplitude modulation. So this is the circuit which we use to modulate the carrier wave according to the instantaneous value of the modulating signal. So what we have, if we study this circuit, we have a common emitter transistor amplifier. Now the carrier wave is given to the base of this amplifier, and the audio signal or the modulating signal which we are to modulate, that signal is given to the emitter of the amplifier. So all these resistances R1, R2, RC and the power, this power supply VCC, so they are used, or their values are taken such that we could fix the Q point of this transistor. So that is almost the same function which these resistances and voltage does when we are to take some or when we take any circuit. Now one thing you must notice, that here the total emitter current IE, that is equal to the DC current which is provided by this voltage VCC, plus it is proportional to the instantaneous value of this audio signal. So this is the constant of proportionality K1. So total value of the emitter current, it comprises of these two terms, and we put the value of ES. ES, it is the audio signal, we know its value is equal to ES cos omega S T. Now the other thing which you must remember is the voltage gain of amplifiers. So voltage gain, we know it is the ratio of output voltage over input voltage. So here you can see output voltage, it is across the collector, that is this AM wave, and the input voltage is this carrier wave which is fed to the base of the transistor. Now the voltage gain of the transistor is a function of emitter current. In that case, the voltage gain, it will be proportional to the emitter current. So this is another constant of proportionality K2. If we put the value of the emitter current, so we get the equation 3. Now using both the equations 2 and 3, we get the voltage of the AM wave, which we denote by E naught. So this is the voltage. Now just if we simplify or rearrange the above terms, we put K2IE is equal to K, because IE is also constant DC current as Q point is fixed, and the modulation index, which is the ratio of this K1ES over IE, we get the equation of AM wave given by equation number 5. So you can compare this with the previous article in which we have found the equation of AM wave. So here you can see this is the first term or first component, carrier wave component. This one, the second term, that is the upper sideband whose amplitude is MAEC by 2, and this the third term is the lower side band. So here we practically found that how we can modulate a given audio signal, or rather we do amplitude modulation with the help of a electronic circuit. So I hope you must have understood both these topics, and thank you all of you.